much, Russell. That's great.
Thank you.
Okay, and our last item in public is the capital program performance report. So, Paul, do you want to come up? Thank you.
Right, thank you. Good morning. Just a couple of points I want to just run through on the capital report. Just to reiterate, it's been realigned with activity as opposed to units as it has been historically. So slight rearrangement of the report to reflect the activities, and that means it's more aligned with the annual plan and LTP planning. The watch lists have been updated in relation to the meeting last month in terms of the projects there that were agreed. And the Transport Choices report is no longer being provided as the funding is no longer available. And the quarterly CRAF report is there. Just a question that was raised a minute ago around OARC. In terms of the capital program for OARC, that's about 15 million this year, just under 15 million. And the 3 key projects for that program are on the watch list. So that's about 9 of the 15 million is sitting on the watch list. So they're there if you're interested. So it's just in relation to an earlier question. And happy to take any questions from there.
Hey, thank you. That's a really good report. Does anyone have any questions on this? Yanni?
Yeah, thank you. I was just wondering how we're going with the multi-use arena in regards to like the no surprises. Obviously, there's been some adverse media coverage of some of the subcontractors that are being used, and it wasn't very flattering at all. Yet we keep getting told everything's going really well. So, work is progressing very well on site. Is there any process by which we actually get notified of things that aren't going well and it gets flagged to us at a governance level?
Well, we have the board come in every 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I guess.
And brief us, and they meet regularly with the project team. I'm sure you understand as well. We have council staff that work in this project, so it's not like we're just getting the keys at the end. They've got Mark and Kent running it as well. So I'm sure the chief executive's informed of anything.
Right, but why are we not?
So hang on,
why
Mary,
are we reading in the newspaper?
Wait.
So I presume the matter you're referring to is about the one of the companies who were still going into receivership. We can assure you that they actually worked incredibly hard the weekend before that they received their receivership to make sure all the critical work was done, and B6 Watpac, who are the contractor responsible and have already got a firm in place to continue the work.
Yeah, probably just, the headline is Christchurch Stadium Steel Subcontractor Goes into Liquidation.
I kind of want to, Yanni.
Appoints fraudster as
Yanni,
director.
stop. It's not helpful. So if you've got a different question, it's been answered by the chief executive.
The positive story there would be that the work that was done to cover it was really good, but that's a positive story.
Yeah, no, that's great, but I'm just...
No, stop, guys, stop. Or we can both leave if we're going to be like that. We've got a big day, and I'd kind of like us to keep our calm so we can make some, decisions. So, Yanni, have you got a question that isn't about an article?
Just looking at the craft stuff, just a general concern that, again, it seems to be very slow. Is there any thought to why those projects are taking so long?
Jacob, is that a...
we're working through them. We've been out to the board on quite a number of them, including your board for Marine Parade, so we are working through them.
Great. Any... so I've got Celeste and then Mark, and then Phil said he'll move it.
This is just more of a process question around the naming of some of these projects. It's just been issues with the fact that the MCR is called the Otakara Avon Route, and then you've got the CDC pathway called the Otakara Avon Route. And during the long-term plan, there were issues in that the MCR was called the River Route, which is actually the CDC pathway, back and forth. So, and the descriptions in here are a bit confusing because, it's one of those projects is progressing and on track. The other one seems to be a little bit unclear as to where it sits, and we're getting more information about that. What would be the process to formally ask to get that changed? Because I understand
I don't think we need to formally ask. Can we we'll just take it away and see whether we can be consistent?
I think it has to be a formal resolution.
Sorry.
You mean actually renaming the project?
Yeah, Because
See how
before the annual plan goes out, we need to make sure that people know what they're consulting on, because it wasn't clear there was a mistake in the long-term plan.
Jacob, have you got
one comment I've got to make. There was a competition on the names of these back in the day, so we'd probably need to go back and look at what that means. It's probably not as simple as some of the other projects where we change names.
Okay.
Just the project description changes. So the sentence underneath the name could change without the name itself changing to describe more fully what it is. Because currently the description says it follows the river, where
All
it's
right,
not
let's not, we won't design the solution, but we've heard the problem and the team will take it away. So, Mark?
Thank you. Just looking at one of the watch list projects, Hallsville Junction Road Extension. Do we have any update on where we're at with that Kiwi Rail hold up?
So they're working on the level crossings. My understanding is that the switchover is likely to be in January, or certainly early next year is when they're looking to the blocker line to do the switchover of the level crossings.
Great. Okay, so that's been moved by the Mayor and seconded by Jake. So all in favour? Against? That's carried. Hey, thank you very much. Okay, so now that concludes the public session today. So what we'll do is we'll move